Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
We're good.
Okay, awesome. So today's topic for the enterprise security series is SSE and ESU, which stands for Splunk Security Essentials and Enterprise Security Content Update. So in all the four sessions that we had previously, we covered the frameworks, the five frameworks of the enterprise security. This one, the security essentials and the content update, is really not a framework, but I can say it's a backbone of the ES as well, one of the backbone, I would say, because it literally provides a bunch of base searches or how would I put the use cases, at least to start with, for any of the customer or for the SOC team. So we'll go through the basic theory, and I have some demo environment ready as well, where we'll go through some practical sessions on both the apps, and probably a couple of dashboards, which would be very much useful when we start using the app. All right. I'm Meet. I'm working as industry consulting manager at Entity Data, and we have the host Rohit, who is working as senior associate for the TIA, specifically looking over the observability stuff right now, and having good experience with Splunk Core and the ES. So, all right. We'll start with the overview of security essentials, the key capabilities of the same, SSE in practice or practical. How do we start with that? And same topics for the ESU and how it works together. All right. First and foremost, why the app as the security essential exist altogether, or what it does. So it is one of the free applications, just like other TAs and apps, but not like enterprise security, which is a license base. However, it still provides more than 900 pre-built use cases or the detections, which you can play around with. Of course, it is not real plug and play, although the concept is same, but more often than not, you will have to have your own set of thresholds defined, or some custom lookups plugged in with the out of the box use cases, and then you can have that available in the production. So just like ES provides a bunch of use cases, ESU as well as security essentials also provides the same. It aligns with the framework, this hyperkill chain, and the MITRE one, and I'll explain through a practical demo on how we can filter out the use cases, new use cases to work upon based on the framework as well. So, for example, if a customer says that can we focus more on the initial access part, or let's say the one where someone is trying to escalate the excesses, the privilege excesses one, can we focus on those part? That is something where SSA comes into the picture, where you can filter out the use cases based on those MITRE tactic and techniques as well. It supports both on premises and cloud deployments, so it's not just that it is available just for Splunk cloud or just for on-prem. If it is for Splunk cloud, the ESU, the content update, ships with enterprise security itself. So as soon as your ES gets updated, the ESU as well as gets updated. And if you require this security essentials package, you can have that separately, as it's free as well. So for Splunk cloud deployments, you just need to raise a support ticket if it's not already installed in your environment. And for the on-prem, all you have to do is just download and have that available on the SHC or SH, yeah, of course. Uh, Key capabilities. I'm going in a bit faster way so that we can get more time on practical one, because I analyze that later on we don't get much time for the practical. So I have not put up much slides for today's session. We'll just in quickly. All right. The key capabilities of Security Essentials, it has the automated data mapping. It identifies the coverage gaps against the framework. What it means is that whenever you start setting up the app, you can run something called as data inventory, which is something we'll also run. And what it does, it will look over all of your indexes and the source type information in your environment. It will do a kind of discovery, automated discovery in your environment, and it will give you a list of source types, and it does have defined lookups, or I would say predefined knowledge, where it can map the source type against what type of security use cases we can filter out. So let's say if it is CMDB type of data, we can mark it for the HR data, or if it is firewall or something DNS data, we can go under network or DNS type of use cases. So and this is very nice feature, or one of the most used feature when we start using the application to discover the uh, types that we have, or the logs that we have in our environment. So that gives you an initial picture that what I have, and based on this, what all use cases I can enable. And if you want, let's say if you want to enable the other type of use case or other category of the use cases, it will guide you that what all types of logs you still require in Splunk. Then it has a security maturity roadmap as well. It guides through the adoption and the prioritization of the detection. So it has nice features of the bookmarking the use cases or exporting the use cases, whatever you have, and the predefined searches or the lookup. And there are some guides as well, like it will mention one search, and on the right side it will share you what that specific line does in human readable language as well. So it's not just the SPL that is shipped with the SSE, but it will literally guide you that what that line of the search does in that detection. So it guides for the adoption, and it also helps with the prioritization as well. So you can have different bookmark status. Let's say if I want to visit this use case after some time, or the data is required, can be one of the bookmark, or let's say that is still in discussion, can be also one of the bookmark. So such functionality is also there, where in the app itself you can prioritize the building and the shipment of the use cases. The data inventory part, again, similarly, it automatically detects and evaluates 150 plus data sources. So if you have, let's say, vim event log colon security or application such source available, it will automatically detect that and will guide you. And it has some detection insights, some detailed SPL logic response, which are recommended over there, because it's not just the search. It will even share that what all can be the next actions. So would it be you running some SOAR playbook, or what next actions are required, and some basic documentation as well for each use case is available. So this can both the application can be considered as a dictionary of all of the use case, to put it in simple words. All right. SSA in practice, first and foremost, okay, let's do one thing. We'll just go through the demo and we'll come back on the actual practice part. Let me open Splunk Security Essentials. Okay, nice. So here, if you see on the home page, you will find four different sections. First and foremost, find the content. What is your purpose as of now? You want to learn something over here. If you need some help in the deployment, or if you require some help in some measurement, or you want to document something. So I'll come back to the documentation part as well, how you can have your custom use cases available in SSE. So in a single instance, or in Splunk itself, you can document everything rather than you use GitHub or some another repository to document your use cases. So even you can have your custom use cases available in SSE as well. We'll revisit in some time how that's possible. Okay. And one important thing that I missed is it also has the data onboarding guides as well. So it's a literal guide if you want to, let's say, onboard Windows data source or Linux data source. It will guide you step by step that what all steps are required. So if you just say that I want some antivirus, and it will share, of course it will not list all of the products, but whatever are the major ones or for which the TA is available, it will even guide you with that as well. So let's say Symantec EP or authentication, let's say Windows security logs. So it will open up a detailed data guide on what TA is required, on what all location it is required, and so on. It will even give you some of the index definition as well out of the box. So you see, it mentions that you'll have to install the UF, then you have to go to this, let's say, indexers, and configure the outputs.conf, and go to local, enable the inputs for this, and yeah, some of the Windows stuff as well, though it is not just Splunk, but it will even guide you through that as well. So it's not just for the use cases. I have seen people using for the data onboarding guides as well. So if there are any requirement from any customer that hey, I wanna have some printer server logs available, or let's say I wanna get some VPN logs, can we guide them? So you can just have a check if the guide for that is available or not. Of course, there can be a case where some of the guides are still in progress or is not available. I would say for the Juniper, and this is going to connect in this case, but you can still just validate if that's available, and you can just follow that as well end to end. All right, so that's the basic part on the data onboarding. Next comes the data inventory part. So if you open the SSA, we'll see an option for data and data inventory as well. Okay, if you see the inventory part, you will, on the left side you will see a different category of the same. So let's say email, and there are some use cases for each. If there are more, you can just click on open in content dashboard. I'm sorry, yeah. Open in the content dashboard, and subcategories are also available. So just the incoming message or just the outgoing message, and it will literally guide you that if you have this incoming messages events available, what all content you can enable over here. So you see there are few noted, and it just mentions that and 5 other are available. So just open that up, and you can start working on the same. We'll click on the same in some time after we run the inventory. All right, so you see there are different category, and the subcategories are available, including denotation of the MITRE tactics and techniques, or the kill chain phase as well. And right now, if you see, it says that no product found because we have not ran the automated introspection at all. Let's do one thing. We'll click on this 327 remaining. On what we can do is we can just start the automated introspection. Now here is the catch. Once you start this I'm not sure if this bug is still resolved or not, but the latest information that I had, you have to be present on this page only, because it used some JavaScripts for the same. So while it is looking over your Splunk environment, you have to be present on this page only. let's see. So you can even see what it is doing right now. It is pulling all the index source and source type. It is running some common information model searches, some source type based searches, and some scene plus event size introspection, and so on. And you can even see how many of them are completed versus how many of them are queued. Once this is completed, what you could see, for example, you see this email, you can see it's done. There is one right icon available over here. Okay, let it run completely, and we'll be able to see the vendor and the product detail as well. So if you already have Windows events, you can see something in the successful authentication automatically. If not, of course, you can go to add your product, where you have to select the index and source type information manually. I'm not sure why. I think it is running the introspection, which is why I'm not able to add the product manually right now. Okay, let it complete. I'll just duplicate this step. Any questions from anyone till here?
Curious to know, I hope
Yep.
this introspection will not impact if we are running in a large environment.
No, it will not impact. Of course, the basic practice, if you ask Splunk or anyone, would be to run the introspection of office hours. So if it is just running some additional searches, the actual ad hoc search or the schedule search is not impacted during business hours. So if you ask the ODS team member or PS or anyone, they'll always say that you should run this introspection of office hours, because it will consume some search, of course, because it is running. It's not a major impact to answer specifically to your question. So it is not that your searcher will be out of memory or your CPU utilization will be 90% or something, but at least it still consumes something. So yeah, if you're running in production, make sure you're running business hours.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. All right, I just duplicated this step, and now if you see, I just opened the email and email access or the open logs and the incoming logs, for example. Now,
Meet, you are in a mute.
oh, apologies. Now, can you hear me?
Yep, all right.
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me go back. So I duplicated the tab, and I just opened the email access or the incoming message or the outgoing message subcategory, and you would now see that we have that product listed over here. So you see some SMTP related logs are available in source type called stream colon SMTP for this index, which is for the demo data set bots v3. And if you really search in this environment, you will see this email related logs also. So it suggests that with respect to this subcategory, you have some events available in your environment, and you can explore these use cases as well. So either it will be right like this, or it would be wrong, which means that you don't have any information available, or it would be question mark, where it could not find anything, but it suspect that there can be something. So either it would be right or wrong, or a question mark like this. All right. So if we see the any authentication, let's say failed authentication. So authentication is of course not a product or something, it's a concept, right? Either from any of the product, either it can be successfully authenticated or it failed authentication. So you would see it consumed the events or it detected the event from Azure, Linux, Microsoft DNS, and O365, and it share the index and the source type detail as well to you. Now you can even update that, and you can add your own product as well. So let's say, for example, if you want to assign any existing product, for example, you have AWS CloudTrail event for the successful default authentication, but it's just that it is not detected. The index is not detected, or the source type itself is not detected. What you can do is just click on add product and mention that the existing product from here, or you can add entirely a new product and go through all the 6 or 7 steps, where you can provide the index, which index contains the authentication related data, what source type contains the authentication related data, and provide some additional meta information for that. For now, this might sound like a bit of overwork for ES admin or the Splunk admin, but in next few minutes you will understand why this is important, why this activity of the data inventory itself for security essentials is important. So if your product is not detected automatically, make sure you add the product manually, right? So since this is still running, I will let it run and we'll move just to the next dashboard. Let's wait and confirm. Okay, I think, okay, it is still running. Sorry. All right. You want to let this run. It may take some time as well because it is looking over all of the environment, and this environment actually has bots v3 data. That means it has bunch of uh, events from multiple products. All right, let's move in that case. The other dashboard is the security content and the monitor framework. All right, let's one after other. So from the analytics advisor, I have opened the monitor framework from here. This app does have bunch of dashboards, which I would suggest you play around. In this 1 or 1.5 hour, will not be able to go through all, but just covering the ones which would be important when we start something up, or which are the one which would be mostly useful with the customers, right? So this is the monitor framework. So if you're aware about the terminology framework, it does have techniques and tactics over here. So if you see from reconnaissance to initial access to execution to persistence to privilege escalations, it has categories, I would say in a simple terms, mentioned over here. And this in the security world, it denotes and it helps with understanding where the attack stage is right now. So for example, if someone have got the access of the environment, let's say through some user credentials or of some basic user or the power user access, not just for this Splunk, but I'm saying in terms of security any of the product also, then it executes something. then it does some persistence. That means that for a few minutes or few hours it will still be there. Then it will try to go with the privilege escalation. So if it has user level access, it will try to get the admin level access as well. So it will try to privilege it will go with the privilege escalation, where it will elevate its access. So it runs from left side to right side, if I the stuff correctly. But in terms of us, for example, for the ES admins, how this is useful is you can select any of the category, and the filter will be applied over here automatically from here, from the content selection, and all of the use case will be shown. Now you might have a question, why someone's are dark blue versus light blue versus just white. What it denotes is what all content or what all use cases are available, and what all use cases needs some data. So you see there are three sections which are the active ones, which means that it is from the Splunk Security Essentials, and you have activated or enabled that content. 776 denotes that you have data available to use or to build the use case, and this number denotes that this many use cases still needs some additional data or the events. Now you will be able to correlate why the data inventory part is very much crucial, because if that's done properly, you will be easily able to map your use cases with this, and then understand based on the category or filtration as well. So for example, I'll go with anyone. Let's say initial access and the valid accounts or something. Yeah, or let's say the brute force one under credentials access. I've selected brute force, so it got selected automatically. Okay, it doesn't have any data, is it? I think something is off. Give me a minute, let me just refresh. Okay, probably the data inventory is still running, which is why it is in the data. Usually this doesn't happen, by the way. Even though data inventory is running, you can still see and filter out the use case as well. But I'm not sure where the issue is. Give me 1 minute and we should be able to figure it out. I think I'll need to troubleshoot this one. Let me just go to security content. Give me a minute. Okay, at least this one is working. Let's try refreshing the MITRE dashboard one last. If not, we'll move to the other dashboard. Okay, it still says no noted. No issues. I'll give you a brief on this one. What happens after this? So as soon as we select the specific MITRE technique for reports, you can go with tactic as well, selecting the specific one, which main category you want to go for, and it will give you all of the content list from all the applications. Now, the Splunk Security Essentials also works in conjunction with ESU and enterprise security. So if you have a use case, out of the box use case of enterprise security, or if you have installed content update as well, it will show you the use cases over here as well. It's not just the SSA. By the way, the main difference is that ESU is even a public repository. If you just search for Splunk Enterprise Security Content GitHub, even if you have built a new use case or something, and you believe that that can be other customers as well, for example, to find out something for recent CVEs or any type of new attacks or something, all you have to do is open up this repository and update the same. Periodically, Splunk engineers or the security folks from Splunk reviews this whatever PRs have been raised, and if they found it useful, they'll just add your use case in the app, and in the next version or the next shipment of the application, that use case will be available. So SSE is something the Splunk Threat Research Group publish that app, and enterprise security content update is something where you can also contribute. And if you need any additional information, just go through the guidelines for the contributing to the project. Yeah. So okay, so if you have content update, enterprise security, and SSE installed, it will show you the use cases from all the applications, and it will show you the fields like if that use case required some data or not, or how many percentage of the data is available or the fields are available. And it will show you some score as well, that let's say if it is in red or more than 10 or 15 score, I think that means that you can prioritize that use case compared to the other ones. So if you are working with SOC team or some customer, you can mention that, hey, here is kind of a score that is even mentioned on the same table, and if you sort that out from highest to lowest, you can even work on which one to prioritize to have that enabled in the environment. Okay, so this will just give you a list only. Then what you can just do is drill down to current selection. So let's see if that also works or not. I have selected one technique called 1110 brute force, and I have click over here, drill down to content selection. So let's see, it has us in the same security content dashboard only, which we opened few minutes back. But it said the data journey as well as the category and everything automatically. So let me just close this tab as well as the content overview as well. Now you would see a brute force specific use cases over here. However, give me a minute. I don't think it really filtered a brute force, because if I recall correctly, the first one itself will be a brute force. Let me just search. Okay, it is over here. Let me click. So you would see a different use case, some basic information or the other information of the use cases, under which category it falls under. And what you can do is just click on that and it will open it up. Ideally, it should be in the new tab. I'm not sure. In the newer version, probably it is just opening in the same tab only. Okay, let's see. It is still loading a little bit. You will experience this bunch of time if you're using the app, so don't get scared that your environment is slow or something. Usually if you open any of the use case from the security essentials, it will take some time to load, so you don't need to worry. Okay, give me one moment, let me open it up again. All right, I have done. Apologies, it's a bit slow as Okay, awesome. Now, if you see brute force excess behavior detected, it will show you some basic description as well of the use case or additional information. It will show you what's the data availability in our environment. You see, it's available. That is again through the inventory that we ran initially, and there are different data journeys as well, which we'll visit in a bit. All right, the main portion comes over here. In most of the use cases, you will see two or three types of views available. One being demo data, second being live data, and third being extracted data. So, for example, if you don't have the data available in your environment for the authentication, let's say with respect to this use case, you can still visualize, or you can still go through the SPL and understand how it would look like. In order to have that available, or in to make that feature available, this app is shipped with bunch of lookups, predefined lookups over here. So it loads some sample data from with respect to Windows brute force, and it will do some lookups and its actual search. And this I can mention that with the main search, where it gets the success count and the failure count, and it runs some search. Now if you see, if I just run this one over here, you can see one result is available, or you can just copy paste this one, run it in the new tab as well. Preview is available over here. So it mentions that there were 3 successful attempts for this source, and there were more than 1000 failure based on this. Now if you are very new to SPL as well, and if you don't get what it really is, each line of the search, what you can just do is click on line by line field documentation, and it will show you like this, that first it is doing something this, then it is doing some lookup, then it is filtering something, then it is doing some bucket based on time, and finally we are getting some filters over here. So if you are even new, let's say for any of these cases you don't understand the SPL or something, all you just click on line by line SPL documentation, and it will show that. Now this is the part of the demo data. If you there are some prerequisites as well and some status. So if you don't have that data, let's say it mentions that must have a demo lookup, that means that this use case first checks if we have that lookup available or not, the demo lookup which is shipped with the app is available or not. Now let me move to live data. Search will get changed, and respectively the results would also get changed. Yeah. So you see, it is running some prerequisites, checking if we have Windows security data or not. And since this is with respect to authentication, it should also have a user field defined. So once these two are done, it is trying to search something. So let's say, and by the way, there are the things which you would need to customize or update. You cannot run a search with equal to star and just the source. You literally have to mention the index and any additional tag that you want. Remember, the be it security essentials or the content update app, it only provides a search to you to start with. This is not the final search. You may want to whitelist some IP addresses, you may want to filter based on some lookup, some field, some tags or event types, or let's say some data centers only, that from here only want to run this use case whatsoever. This searches will only act as the base search for you. Yeah, let me just stop this one. It is still getting some value, and you will see based on this results, it will populate some events over here. We have stopped as of now because it is running for long, for last 24 hours. Probably let's try it in 15 minutes and see if we get some. And while it's running, you can even understand what's their relevance for this, what's the related Splunk capability. So if you are going with these use cases, you also might want to check this other use cases as well, which are I would say similar. Then if you're using SOAR, it will even guide you through some of the SOAR hooks as well, which you can trigger if you are getting any results as a part of this case. How to implement this section may not have this three section may not have much of the information in most of the use case, but it will give you some basics, that what are the known false positive. So yeah, that's something that, and yeah, SPL mode is fine. And some on the help as well, like if there are any additional things that Splunk wants to mention, or the ones who have built this use case wants to mention, they can just mention here. All right, it is not able to find any outlier or anything over here in last 5 minutes. Okay, that's fine. But we understand the basic of how to filter based on the MITRE framework. You can even, by the way, you can also select your products as well, or the data category as well. So let's say the brute force one, but from the AWS related events only. I want to filter it out. So you can even select the data category or the products as well from the filters. Let me just show you how. Okay, if you see the data source and the source category mentioning about, so let it populate, and we'll see it populates with AWS and Windows. And yeah, so let's say you can even say that all of the use cases where data source category is AWS S3 logs, or I want to see uh, only one where the data source is the Microsoft O365, or if it is the email related event or the F5 big IP related events only. So if you don't want to search based on the MITRE technique or technique, you can even look over all of the use cases for a specific product as well. Let's say Okta or SFDC logs, if you have available, you can just filter those out. All right. So I'm not sure. I'm really not why this is not being populated. But yeah, as soon as this is done, you see content list available over here. All you have to do is just drill down to the content selection and select specific use case where you will see a page like this. And if it is having live data and the accelerated data search is available over here as well, you can filter those out. Okay, any questions from anyone till now? Okay, I would take that as no. Now let's go through the custom content. So you just like most of the customers, you would also have a bunch of custom use cases available in enterprise security, which are not available over here. So just like the data inventory, which looks over all of your data or the logs in your environment, we can even map our saved searches as well. So right now there are no custom content created or mapped as of now. But if you want that, you also want to visualize those content on the MITRE dashboard, or you want to have that available as a central repository over here, which has all the tactics and techniques and next actions or the recommendations and everything available, just like this story, I would say a story page like this you also want for your custom use cases. That is something we can have. So we can go with add a custom content. Okay, it says a custom data cost issue loading the dashboard. Okay, let me try refreshing it. Okay, let's go to custom content. Let's see if that. Okay, so as soon as we click on add custom content, you would see you can create from existing content in security essentials, or you create from a local saved search. Let me select create from the local saved search. What you have to do is, as soon as you click over here, you will see all the list of searches like this that is available in the environment. So let's say for this, which is of course out of the box use case, this is not the default one, but I'm still trying to create custom content in SSE. So let me select this one. As soon as I select, it should just okay, it should just fill the name column, and then you can provide all of this information. So what's the bookmark status, which I was mentioning earlier. So if it is bookmarked or successfully implemented, there are 3 or 4 additional bookmark status also available. I am not sure why it is just two being showcased. Earlier, probably in the earlier version of the app, there were a bunch of other status also available. And the let's say the category. So for example, authentication and successful data authentication, and some metadata field as well. For example, for the MITRE one, it is for the initial access, and it's 1091, for example, and some additional information. Now whatever you provide over here, it will add one row in the custom content. As soon as you open that, you will see a story like this. So even though it is your custom build use case, you can still visualize that, you can still export that as PDF or something. If you want to share it with someone else in the team, you can still do those things. So it's not just the SSC content that can be exported, but you can have your own searches mapped and have that available in the different dashboards as well. I'm so I'm right now I'm not going through all of those fields for the custom content. You can explore probably later on. Try creating one from the local saved search and see what all fields are necessary and what all things you should have that. Okay. uh, Next up is the bookmarks. So let's say manage bookmark. You see, okay, now I think there are 2 status only. In the earlier version of the app, I think This is 380 version. Okay, in the earlier version there were multiple bookmarks available over here. For example, needs data was one of the bookmark. I'm not sure if they have removed altogether now, but yeah, you can map the content and you can add a bookmark as well on your own. And if you have any issue, by the way, in SSE, there is Splunk Security Essentials specific diag as well. Uh, so okay, let me close this one. You can create security essentials only diag from here, or if you're working with Splunk support, they will guide you. They will request for a JSON file if you have any issues, and they will revert back based on the same. Because few months, or I would say few years back, there used to be a lot of issues with the content mapping, and after upgrades and so on. So now we have option to backup and restore, and it's very easy, I would say, as of now. So okay, you can have your own bookmark. How this would be useful is you can export bookmarks as well. So if a SOC lead or some executive asks that what is going on with the new use case creation activity, or how many are done, or how many are still we are looking, or how many are those which still requires data or something, you can literally provide that PDF. You can just export that as PDF, print to PDF. You can even mention that uh, do you want the SPL to be mentioned? SPL is what all use case is there. Do I have any of them? Yeah. So what all use case is available? Should it include the SPL as well? Should it include the demo screenshots as well? Or you just want the detail of the name and some description? So all you can do is just select that and generate a PDF for all of your bookmarked content, and say that three are already implemented, five requires data, and two are just bookmarked as of now. Which is of course very little feature, but I've seen a bunch of folks using widely, because this helps SOC team when they are in the activity of deploying or creating new use cases in the environment. Okay, next we will go through creating the security posture dashboard, probably the last topic or the last dashboard that we'll go through. Then we'll come back to content update, and we'll conclude. Okay, so let's run the searches. How the security posture dashboard helps you is, it will, again, just like the data inventory, it will run the searches for the demo data, live data, and the accelerated data. It will determine if you have that data available or not. Let's say the live index data is available, or data in the data model is available or not. And then all you have to do is just click on create a posture dashboard, select the panels for the dashboard, and a dashboard will be created automatically. So okay, let this run, and then we'll go through that option. Yeah, Divyanshu, do you have any question? Sorry, I'm not able to hear you if you're speaking, by the way.
Yeah, nothing, Amit. I got that. It's sorted.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, let's wait for this to complete. We'll come back on this one. Let's go through next topic, because we have to respect the time as well. Okay, we went through SSA. We might not be able to go through ESU on today's session, but I'll give you a brief. So it is also a free add-on for ES, and as soon as you install ES on-prem, of course, for the cloud, if you have ES specific search available, you'll always have security content update app available. It provides continuously updated detection content. It can be analytical stories or searches or correlation search or correlation rules. Now, as I was mentioning, the GitHub repository and the open source contribution as well. As soon as I'm sorry. As soon as you create a pull request, they approve when the next version is released, and on cloud your ES is updated. This will get updated automatically. And if you are on-prem, you may want to update this app and define a frequency, probably like 1 month or 2 month, whatever strategy the customer is following. But yeah, it continuously updates its own inventory as well based on the latest trend of the attacks. It integrates directly with the Splunk ES and to generate the notable events and the risk events. So if you see in the correlation search part or the finding, now we say in ES 8.0, if you open those searches, you would see the app as ESU as well. So everything is not just from the enterprise security, but bunch of them or bunch of use cases would be available from this as well, which works kind of add-on or a backbone of that. It, yeah, maintains a relevance against the evolving threats because it gets updated as well. The key capabilities, the analytics story, it groups the detections and aligns it to specific threats or tactics. Now, this is different than the tactic of the MITRE one. The analytics story of the ESU can differ. I think there are 7 or 8 categories under which the analytics stories are available, which is different than the framework that we went through. It comes with prepackaged SPL searches, just like for the security essentials, the detection logic, and some contextual guidance and screenshots or some documentation links as well. It also has some risk-based context. If you have attended our previous session, or if you have worked with RBA, it works. The searches also works with the Swix framework, and it gets updated. The recent one was, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday only, 5.12.0 version. So it update. It's not like any other add-on which gets updated like in 2-3 months, or it has a cycle or something. I've seen this being updated every month or two with new use cases. So yeah, if you're closely working with security team, SOC team, DFIR team or something, you may want to have a different set of update frequency just for this app as well. How both works together, by the way. So the first one, the security essentials, enables the or to build a strong baseline. When we say baseline, you run the data inventory, you look over the new use cases, you understand your current security posture, or you build some out of the box dashboards as well based on some panels, and you map everything with the MITRE framework. Whereas the ESCU ensures that the content which is there in this Splunk enterprise security, it continuously receives the updated content. So more often than not, the enterprise security package will get updated. ES will get updated if there are any bugs specific to ES only. Let's say in some dashboard or something is not working over there. But how we should ensure that the use cases, which is, I would say, the heart of the ES, how use cases are updated continuously is through ESU. So with SSE, you can start the journey of data inventory and all, and with ESU updates, it ensures that your use cases or the inventory is being updated with the emerging threats across the globe right now. So yeah, let's just see if this dashboard is completed or not. Okay, I think it is still running. Think it should get completed, seeing the speed that it is going through. Let's wait for a minute. while it is loading, let me see if we can check some other notation. Okay, I don't think there are some compliance check dashboards as well available. So if you are familiar with SSIM validator or gladiator, as some people say, SA also has some SIM compliance dashboard predefined where we can confirm. Okay, it also mentions this gladiator which I was just mentioning. So okay, this is dependent on the data inventory. All right, I don't think we can run this right now because you again would see the importance of data inventory running it for the very first time. If that's not run, even this dashboard will also not get populated. Okay, no issues. Let's see if we can go with this and conclude the session. Let's wait. I think it is about to complete. This just feels like a Windows based 99% completed and it is just paused. Let me try it with this and the okay. Now we have the option available to create the posture dashboards. So it will ask you, let's say we'll just use the demo data sets only as of now. It will ask you, okay, which all dashboards that you want to create. So let's say I want to create something with respect to network security, and you can just select the panels that you want. So let's say I don't want the number of file uploads, or I want their internal source IP, or uh, something like their internal destination IPs as well. And all I need to do is just create the, and it will create one dashboard automatically uh, under security. And if you refresh the page, you will see an additional option available under I think under advanced as well. Let me just refresh and you will see an additional option for Splunk, sorry, else network security dashboard is now available. So it created a dashboard and updated the menu as well. Okay. Okay, it's under security operations. So earlier there were two options only, and now it added an option of essential network security dashboard, which looks something like this. So what all panel we just selected, it created this dashboard automatically from the same. All right. Any questions from anyone for anything that we went through? I would take that as no.